Well, I think we've already heard the essence, which is a beefing up of the NATO plan for territorial defense, which started in a way already in 2014 when Russia launched a war against Ukraine. And at the same time, a beefing up of NATO's air and missile defense systems against the Russian missile threat. So I think it's probably the most comprehensive plan that NATO has come up with to really counter and contain the Russian military activities and possibly malign intentions.
And what type of response do you think that we can then expect out of Russia?
I would assume we're going to see more of the same, which, for example, you mentioned earlier, the kind of exercise activities that are troubling, to say the least, because of the large number of Russian forces being mobilized and deployed, and the kind of exercise being rehearsed, which sometimes involve mocked nuclear attacks. Therefore, I think Russia is going to stick to its posture of being on, I would say, the offensive without necessarily launching any war at any NATO allies or partners. And for example, the fact that Vladimir Putin again repeated its often heard red line on the Ukraine membership of NATO is nothing fundamentally new, but I think it's mostly for a domestic political conception in Russia to show that he's sticking to something that is quite fundamental from the Moscow point of view.
Right. If NATO did grant Ukraine then membership, what do you think the outcome of that would be?
Well, I can't speculate on that, but what I can tell you is that I think we're quite far from seeing Ukraine being granted NATO membership for the simple reason that some key allies in Europe, mostly France and Germany, don't think this is appropriate decision and don't think this is the way to cool things down in the Donbass. So I think it's not really a realistic hypothesis, at least for the time being.